Hello friends, today is completely we are starting with a new topic called version control system. From the word it suggests something which is like versioning your system and controlling about. What is version control system all about? That is important to be understood. Version control system is nothing but managing your code base. It is main focus of managing a code base in a very big company. For example, a team has around 50 developers or say 50 developers including testers, business analysts and many more. All have their own code base and they are working on a simple project. A project has a code base with it and they will definitely make changes with the n number of files. So these n number of files changes and recording them like who had made the changes and avoiding the conflicts is all about understanding the version control system. That is all this tutorial about. So introduction starting with it, like I would say that version control systems are a category of a software tools that help a software team manage their source code over time. For example, say in day one we have developers XYZ. They will have their code base XYZ in their local machines, they can work on it and they will deposit a code base in a particular main repository, and later the code base will be used for the live server manipulations. In depth, we'll understand it. Let's focus on the introduction for now. It is a software. This version control system is actually a software which keeps track of every modification to the code in a special kind of database. If a mistake is made, developers can track the particular mistake, turn back the clock and compare the earlier versions of the code to help it fix it. So it allows developers to work simultaneously. That is the first plus point about version control system. It does not allow overwriting each other's changes. So as I mentioned, if there is a mistake made by the developer, a developer can turn back the clock and compare earlier versions of the code to help fix the mistake while minimizing disruption to all team members. Next is it maintains a history of every version. So as I mentioned, it has a special database which keeps track of all the modification of the code in special versions. For example, if X, Y, Z are the three developers, they have their code committed for say 2:30 p.m. So all these versions will be maintained like X version 1 at 2:30 p.m. whatever the changes are made with in which set of lines and what files are modified. So these history are maintained in the special database. For all software projects, the source code are like crown jewels. So a precious asset whose values must be protected is nothing but done with the help of version control system. Like you can say for the software teams, the source code is a repository of the invaluable knowledge and understanding about the problem domain that developers have collected and refined through careful effort. So software developers working in teams continually writing a source code, like I mentioned in an example, like there are 50 members and they have continuous access to a particular source code. The code for the project, app, or the software development is typically organized in this version control system. It helps you to track each and every individual change by their contributor and help preventing any kind of the conflicts. For example, if X and Y are the developers working on the file, say index.html. So version control system will help both these developers to understand which developer is working on which set of code in the particular file to avoid any kind of the conflicts. So that's all about understanding the basic thing about what is version control system. The next chapter will understand about the types and the different type of the terminologies which are used in the version control system.